Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope that you're having a good day today. I hope that it's all going well and you're happy and healthy. Welcome to the final episode of my Eco Townhouse mini-series. We're getting there, guys, we're getting there. This is the final episode of this series. Yeah, this has been a really long process for me personally. I've been trying to juggle just life and then trying to bash these videos out. It was very unexpected. I don't know why I made the decision to do it, and I will never make that decision again. But regardless, I have enjoyed doing this. I hope that you guys have been enjoying watching these and that you like this build. After this video has gone up, so now I guess this lot will be available for download on the gallery. My ID is Ribbity6, but I'll put that in the description below for you to check out. Yeah, so this is Townhouse 3 we're currently working on. Oh, by the way, if you've missed the other two parts, I would say go watch them just so you know kind of where we're at. It just makes sense to me. Anyway, yes, this is Townhouse 3. Now, for this house, it's got a very distinct colour scheme. Like, I know the other houses had a colour scheme too, but like this is quite in your face. But at the same time, like, it's nice. I like it. I mean, would I live with this colour scheme? Probably not. But it's still funky, you know? So the kind of people I imagined living here were like college or uni students, and they're like maybe like film and TV students, that kind of vibe. So yeah, I went for a bit of a funky feel throughout, like it's a little bit edgy. But I really like the way it all came together. I think it really works well. This area here, you can see I'm just making a little study nook sort of area. I mean, it seems like a really cozy little place to hang out. I put like a seat and stuff as well. But in reality, I guess it's probably not the best place to work because it doesn't have a door. I mean, pretty much all of these townhouses don't know what privacy means. But this one doesn't have a door. And then the living room is like right next door. So if they're watching films or TV or whatever, then the sound's going to travel like a lot. So it's maybe not the best place to work, but hey ho, it looks nice. And let's face it, The Sims, in reality, very much not the same thing. But yeah, so I like that little area. I think it's really eye-catching, actually. So yeah, I've got lots of movie posters dotted around all over this place. And here I wanted to make a really big, like purpose-built TV film area, because I imagine that that's what they do a lot in their spare time, is that they're film fanatics. You know, if they're film and TV grads, then I suppose they would be, right? Yeah, so then here I made this little unit behind the sofa. I think I do this in the next townhouse too. I do this sometimes when I want to be able to bring a room in slightly when it's just a bit too vast or a bit too square, but I don't want to bring a wall in because I feel like that closes in the space quite a lot. So I do this where it makes it feel a little bit cozier and a little snugger, but it still feels spacious and open. So that's what I did behind there. And I think it's really effective. I like doing that quite often, actually. But yeah, I'm just popping lots of seating around for all their movie nights. And that footstool works so well with this colour scheme. Oh, also these things. I didn't know they existed, but I found them and I thought they were quite quirky, those little lights. So yeah, I put them in. Got some blackout curtains there. And here we are in the kitchen upstairs. This is on the first floor. And I think that's quite funky whenever places have kitchens on the first floor, just because I'm used to always being on the ground floor. Although I suppose in the States, I think you say, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, I think you say the first floor is what's level with the ground, and then you've got the second and third and so on. I don't know if you call anything the ground floor. For us, the ground floor is like the entry level that's level with the ground, and then the first floor is the next floor up, if that makes sense. Yeah, let me know if that's right. I mean, maybe that is false information. But yeah, this kitchen is on the first floor, and this little balcony, I actually really love the way this turned out. It seems like such a cool space to hang out, and I put a mirror out there. I don't know why, but it worked, so we went with it. Here's the first bedroom. This is on the first floor, just along the hall from the kitchen. Yeah, I like the way this turned out. It's very green though. Like, we literally have this colour scheme in the entirety of the property. So if you don't like green, this is not the place for you. But yeah, oh, so this room, I don't know what it was with this room, but it just wasn't working for me. I don't know, I spent so long on it and nothing seemed to just fit. I don't know if you ever get that with just spaces in general, like you'll be fine and then suddenly you'll get to one particular bit and nothing works. I don't know. I mean, I eventually got there and I'm really happy with how it looks now, but I was getting really frustrated with it. I don't know. I don't know what it was. I think actually it might have been the dark woods. I felt like I was getting away from the more blacky sort of woods that are like on the wall, and instead I was going for a lot of deep dark woods. I don't know. But anyway, I'm happy with how it turned out, so that's what matters. Here's the third bedroom. Now, I do kind of like a daybed situation here. I wanted to do some funky built-in bed. I'm trying to incorporate as many interesting features in this property especially, just because I feel like it has a bit of an edgy feel overall. So I wanted to continue that in all the different rooms. So I did this kind of daybed, and that bed worked perfectly for it because it has those drawers underneath. And yeah, I just used the counters either side, and I framed it with those little frames with the leaves in them, and I think that looks quite funky. Yeah, so I'm happy with that. This room probably is my favourite bedroom. I mean, it's a bit of a strange shape, but it also, I feel like, has the best flow to it, and it looks the most interesting, I think. Here I was like, what do I want to put here? And eventually I did put a chess table. I think that fits perfectly in that space. And also, you know, the more activities your Sims can do, the better. Here we are back on the ground floor, just quickly popping that little garden space in there. And then out here in the garden, I recently saw people using this fountain piece as part of the pool to create like a little hot tub section. I mean, obviously it doesn't work as a hot tub, but it gives that sort of look. So I wanted to try doing that, and I decided to place it in this way so that I could make a little seat out of it. Also, if you don't know how I did those like triangle tiles, if you press Ctrl F, it changes your one square tile into a triangle quarter piece. And then you just press Ctrl F again to change it back, just in case you didn't know. Yeah, here we got a little casual seating area, and then I have a little bar bit all the way along here. I think this turned out really nice. This is the biggest garden out of all of them, I think, because the house doesn't come out as far, and it really does feel very spacious. But again, it's quite private, like especially this bit up here is very private. So yeah, I'm using those like slatted pieces against the wall. I use these like everywhere, and then I put leaves in them, but I think it has a really nice effect. So I like that. Now up on this balcony, I don't do much with this balcony actually. I just put some planters, and then I put these up on the roof, and I have a ladder because your Sims need to repair them, if I'm correct. So I've got a ladder that's some access to the roof to repair them if need be. But here are the screenshots. Like I say, I think it looks really edgy and just like a fun space. It looks quite creative, and I imagine the people that live here are quite creative. But it's very modern and it's very stylish. So yeah, it's quite dark though actually. But I think that those mint walls brighten the place up quite a bit. But actually the next townhouse is very different to this style. I had fun making each of them just a little bit different because it meant I could explore all the different styles that I have like an interest in some way. And being able to do it all in one property. It was really fun to do. Yeah, that's my favourite bedroom. I don't know, I feel like it just looks a bit nicer and a bit more interesting than the rest of the space. Not that the other spaces aren't interesting, of course, but, you know. Anyway, this is the last townhouse. We didn't add a little light tunnel into the centre of this property because it has little windows down the side, so we're fine with that. Now, I wanted to go for a more neutral colour scheme. So we have these lovely rich woods on the floor and on the walls, and then I put creams and beiges on the other walls. So it has a very clean, warm, cosy, welcoming sort of vibe. Now, I was going for a family house in this one. So there's 4 bedrooms here. The master area is my favourite. I think it turns out so lovely. But yes, I just wanted to go for a really warm and welcoming family home. And here at the back of the property is the kitchen. I love the way this turned out. I've never really done the mix of the cream tiles and cream walls with this dark brown. It's not a colour scheme I play with often, but I think it actually gives such a soothing vibe. I'm really happy with how it turned out. And these Get Famous chairs, I use them quite often throughout this build, the different variations of them, because they fit perfectly with what I was going with. Yeah, I just popped some little lights there for, I just imagine the evening time, having the main lights off and having just those little ones. I don't know if anyone else has them in their kitchens. I think they're a really relaxing light to have at night. Anyway, here I'm just popping a little dining space. Got a big table. There's 4 bedrooms. So there's enough beds for 5 people. So yeah, a full family. Although actually no, there's enough beds for 6 people because there's another double bed. One of the kids' rooms is a double bed is what I mean. So you could fit 2 Sims in it. Anyway, yeah, so this living space, I was playing around with this a bit and I decided to go with it being on a diagonal. I think it fits pretty well. And I think it helps bring the space, like separate the space and bring it in a little bit, but it's still, you know, a nice big open plan area. I used those paintings so much. Like, I just keep repeating using them over and over and over. Here I am again, doing that thing that I said in the previous lot where I used the counters and then the shelf. I just think it looks really cool. And then I'm just popping some clutter and stuff, just to fill that alcove out a little bit. So yeah, this is just when you come in the door on the left. I decided to put a computer tables thing and some toys and stuff. I just imagine this is kind of the area the kids go and the parents can sit and relax in the living room or something. But again, practicality is not there because if the kids are playing here, it's going to be quite noisy and there isn't a door to shut them away. So, I don't know, don't complain about the noise. This is on the first floor. We've got just a little sitting area in the hallway. Now this with the rugs, I do this so much because I want to have like a long runner rug down hallways just to fill it up and give it a little bit of warmth. But we don't have many really long ones that are quite neutral, so I just put 2 together. I do that a lot. Here is the first bedroom. It's a really small bedroom for a little toddler. Yeah, I suppose it'll be pretty crammed when they grow up. And I do think that most of the bedrooms are pretty small. So maybe you could renovate it in some way, I don't know. I mean, it's a compact, modern living situation. This is my favourite bedroom. I absolutely love the colour scheme in here. I mean, it's probably because it has yellow in it. Yellow wins me over every time. But no, I love the mix of those rich woods with the yellow and orange tones. So gorgeous. Also, I'm really sorry if you can hear that in the background. That's the bin men. They've come to get our bins, as bin men do. Don't know why I needed to explain that, but just if you hear some banging, I'm so sorry. But yes, here is another bedroom. Now, I imagine this bedroom to be like a teen or a young adult who's gone off to college or uni, so they're not here much, so it's pretty empty. Like, it doesn't look very lived in. I imagine that was their room. Yeah, so then there's a little balcony here, and this is one of my favourite spots of this place. I just think it's such a bright, happy, relaxing little spot. Like, you're hidden away. Well, you're not really hidden away because you're out the front, but you know, from the rest of the house, you're hidden away. But yes, this is the master suite on the top floor. Like I say, I absolutely love how this turned out. It's just, you walk up here, and it's got such a zen atmosphere. Like, I could imagine the parents feeling stressed and all this stuff from the day, and they come upstairs and it's just their safe zone, and I really get that sort of vibe from it. I think it's so relaxing. And then they have their own little balcony outside. Yeah, if I was a parent, I would want this kind of setup where I can just be like, kids, no, you're not coming upstairs, this is my zone. Yeah, here's the balcony. I just popped some sun loungers, and then I decided to put a yoga mat. Just their little relaxation zone. And then out in the garden, I pop lots of planters around. You'll see that in a second. Actually, here, I didn't really know what I was intending to put, and then very quickly it transformed into like a music studio, which I'm really happy with. It's quite nice because, I don't know, maybe one of the parents are in a band or something, or maybe the kids have made their own little band, or they all just love music and they just rock out together. Who knows? But I put these little slats up, maybe it's like some sort of modern sound barrier thing. I don't know. I thought they looked funky, so we went with it. And then I popped some posters, like maybe they're other bands or something. And then here, I do this to make this fence thicker so that I can sink these leaves into it a little bit. Just so it makes it look a little bit more natural. That's what I do there. And then, yeah, like I say, I pop loads of planters around because this is an eco speed build, and I haven't done too much with maybe the traditional eco feel. I've done very much modern, like high-tech sort of feel. But yeah, this garden, I think they actually make really good use of this space because there's lots of different areas, like there's the band bit, and then there's the planters, there's a section for the kids, and then there's the outdoor dining space. So considering the garden isn't that big, they make really good use of it. But yeah, here are all the screenshots. I really love how cozy and soothing this place is. It's not a colour scheme I play with ever, but I'm loving it. So do let me know which townhouse is your favourite, because they're all very different styles. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you all on Wednesday. Bye bye!